probably during your cruise in Europe, you will hear about every time about many names. So today, just to give you an idea of this, we started more than 2,500 years ago with the arrival of the Greeks. The Greeks arrived, the Greeks who traveled through the Mediterranean for all the times, and so they arrived quite everywhere. They also arrived to the Bay of Nice, and they won some battles, and they called battles against the local tribes, and they called this town Nike. Nike in Greek means victory. Like you remember that wonderful sculpture in Athens, the winged Nike. So then the name changed into Nicaea. And then the Romans arrived and they changed this name into Nicea and then Nizza in Italian and then Nice in French and also in English. The last time I went back from London, the flight attendant said, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nice." Okay. In the first time you fly to Nice anyway. So look at Nice. Nice is on your right hand side. So you see how Nice spreads from the bay to the mountains. You can start to understand how the geography of this place is made. So you see the Alps. Today the visibility is not quite very clear, but you see the mountains on the background, and you see that Nice starts from the bay and then goes up to the hill. So as soon as you leave the center, you must climb in Nice. So everything is on a hill. And you will see from the second Nice until the last point, which is the airport. So you see the runways of the airport, and we mean about 9-10 kilometers from here. And you can also see the different kind of shades of blues or blue of the bay, even with this dark clouds. The Bay of Nice is typical for the shades of blue. We still don't know the real reason why they give us the shades of blue, because normally today you should have a dark sea, but actually color is ever changing, and probably it's due to some kind of vegetation in the wood, or all the colors of the cobbles were still there. But anyway, the colors change all the time. Today the sea is quite rough, so it's not really clear. Down here there are many small bays, and you can see how the sea is rough, because it's when you look at the coast, you see how the waves hit the road. So when you have a town on the seaborders, life is never easy because the water comes. I am in the middle, I guess. I'm just perfectly in the middle, and I close the view anyway. So we are slowly leaving Nice, and we will start to drive on one of the three different roads that rely Nice to Monaco, higher, middle, and lower. On the way to Monaco, we will drive on the lower Nice road. And then on the way back, we don't know. Probably will be a surprise. Middle. And she said, the boss says middle. So on the way back, we will drive on the middle Nice road. So you will have different views on the same landscapes from 500 meters above the sea level. And now we will make it through the coastal road. So you will see the different villages along the coast. When we say coast, of course, we talk about an old series of small fishermen villages in the past. Then the train arrived, and so everything became faster. And of course, many of those villages have been transformed into luxury places, and they gave birth to this wonderful French Riviera. But all of them, even the famous Saint-Tropez, was just a small fisherman village, and still some fishermen survive, but just some, because of course all of them opened restaurants and many different activities, and they're not fishermen anymore. Uh, the time when the trains arrived changed the life in this region, of course, definitely. But Nice was famous, and it was famous like Monaco for the winter holidays. We never talk about the summer holidays because we, of course, Caroline will talk you about everything. And now we are arriving at Villefranche, and Caroline will talk about Villefranche in a second. So I give the microphone to this wonderful lady in front of me. Not yet.